Welcome back to Motorcycle Repair. So what we got today? Oh, mind the back door slamming. So today we've been given a recommission job. So this bike has been stood for over a year, down to the guy lost his license and over this or that. I'm not quite sure of the details. Ask no questions, tell no lies. Might be because of the bike, who knows? But anyway, we've been given the job to recommission this bike, which I'm really excited about. There's going to be a lot of money spent on this bike, and I'm going to unveil some absolutely sick. So make sure you keep it tuned. The bike is a cbr1000rr. Can't remember the year. I think it's a 2019. It's having a new fairing kit. I'm not going to tell you that bit yet because I want to unveil that in a minute. It's having a decat. The ECU's got to be removed and sent off to America to have it flashed. What else we got for it? Chains, sprockets, which is, I think the front sprocket's going down a turf, and the ECU mod apparently is going to run alongside that. And obviously the ECU is going to be flashed, so the cat's flashed out of it, so, and it's a remap, I believe. But yeah, let's go and have a look. Let's take you through. Been really busy here actually. Obviously the start of the season. So here we have it. Nice cbr1000rr. There's a few bits in that box. Right, now for the great unveiling. So let's have a look, see what we've got underneath this carpet. You ready? Look at them puppies. Custom made carbon fibre wheels. These wheels have been, the customers got them custom made and ordered specifically for this bike. We've got to fit the discs, the sprockets, the carriers, and then fit them to the bike. The only thing we haven't done is fitted the tyres, because I must admit, I'm not going to lie, I refuse to do them. These wheels are probably, I don't know, £3 a piece. So let's get it unloaded, get it inside. There you are. Yeah, not too bad, cheers. Always. Never stops. Can't moan, I suppose. See you in a bit, mate. Wow. I'll tell you one thing, these wheels are so light. Literally, it's like you're just carrying the tyre. It's even got, let's have a look, yeah. It's even got the year that they were built. November 24. Tell you what, you can tell this customer's got taste. Oh, and a lot of money. Best keep them bad boys safe. Right, let's get into the parts. So these are just a few bits of it. He's got a fairing kit on order. Should be in the next few days. I'm not quite sure what colour he's going with. Can't remember what he said or if he even told me. But let's go over these few bits we've got here. Well, I say a few bits, there's some bloody money's worth here. So, first of all, let's start this end actually. So we've got brand new discs, Brembo discs, front and rears. There's 2 boxes there. See if we can open them up. Yeah. They're pretty sick. They'll go on there very well. Brembo as well, so no expense spared there. Same with the rear one. There's another one under there. So to implement them, we have got a brand new set of Howl brake lines. I like the colour as well. That's pretty cool. Now here we have, now this is proper carbon fibre. This is probably about 300 quid. There was 2 of these for the frame. So 2 carbon fibre frame covers. They're about 300 quid each. Carbon fibre inserts to go on there. That finishes that off. So that's that. There's the Renthal sprocket. Aluminium, I believe. Yep. Nice and light. We have the sprocket carrier. Now this is CNC'd and obviously it comes as a kit with the custom made wheels that he's brought. Again, not cheap part. Brake pads. Again, Brembo brake pads to go with the discs. 2 sets of fronts. Must be a rear set somewhere here. Anyway, moving on from that, keeping on with the brakes, we have titanium bolts for the brakes. That's probably a good 150 quid's, 100 quid's worth, I would have thought. Easily. There's the rear ones there. You were saying the pressure switch doesn't work. So he's got a new pressure switch to go on the rear brake pressure switch. Can't get my bloody words out. Anyway, chain to go with the sprocket. That's a DID 525 VMX. So if I'm stand correct, that is a double O-ring chain, heavy duty. Again, nice bit of kit. Why, you know, if you're going to spend this much money on your bike, why skimp? And for this, a lot of you might know what this is. This is a decat pipe. So this will decat the bike, again, rather than ECU sent off, and that's going to be sent off to America to have it flashed, which will delete that stop the engine light from coming on and to make it run as it should. And not only that, it'd be mapped at the same time, and there's a few other trick bits that's been done to it, but it's been sent off to America. That's the bits that I've got at the moment. We are going to get the panels in the next few days. When I get the panels, that's going to be another video. Yeah. So on the next video, we're going to be seeing if this bike will run. I believe the key's not even been in it for a year and it's not been turned over or anything. So I suspect the battery's knackered, toast, throw it in the bin, maybe get a new one. But on the next episode, we are going to try and start this bike, not do anything to it other than check the oil and the fluids to make sure they're all fine, which they should be, but we'll check them anyway before you try starting it. And then we're going to dig out the ECU. We're going to lift the tank, get the ECU out. The customer's going to have that back and he's going to send it off to America to have it flashed. Anyway, keep it tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. We've got loads of content coming up, including an RS125 recommission, which is something we're doing ourselves. So make sure you keep it locked for that and subscribe. I'm going to give you a quick tour around the shop, see what we've got in right now. Anyway, I'll say my dues now. Peace out. So we've got a nice build there for sale. Nice intruder. How the little brats are coming out of school. Here's the RS build. Zoom out a bit. That's going to be the next build. Got a 50cc Vespa, that's quite rare. Booster. Harley, what's that? Street, no, not quite sure. Harley Pass. We've got an R6, that's in for running issues. 125 running issues. That's just an MOT, ER6. This little Lex Moto thing, that was a crash. We've rebuilt the panels and everything. Got that back on the road. Nice Harley there, that's for sale. I think that's about 6 grand. Oh, Benelli. 50cc Vespa, YBR 125. That's in for just a rear tyre. Triumph. This is a Speed Triple. That's in for accident repair. Slid down the road. 50cc Vespa. That's just in for a running problem. Don't start properly when it's cold. An old Virago horrible chopper. That's another story. BMW. Yeah, that's not even worth saying. ER6. Nah, that's not worth going on about either. I hate that bike. Nice KTM Duke though, 390. And that, yeah. Ignore that one. Got the old Red Devil, CR450. Only made that one for 1 year. XL. Versus, that's for sale. That's sick. That was my dream bike when I was a kid. Ducati 748 or the 916 in yellow. I'd love to have a yellow and a red one personally. Ducati Monster, that's nice. Another ER6, just done charging stator and a rectifier on that. A Triumph Bonnie, newish one. We've just done the lambda sensor. The Royal Enfield, that's for sale. Not sure, what's that for? 2795. That's an old Matchless, been here forever, another story. One of the newer Aprilias, so that's the new Aprilia, 4-stroke. And that's the bad boy old school, 2-stroke. That's a 100-mile-an-hour plus machine, if tuned correctly. Oh, we've got this lovely, it's a bit gay, isn't it? Sick looking Z650. I quite like this machine actually. It's only a little twin, but I'll tell you what, it actually looks quite nice. That's a 2017, that one. That's only 2.5 grand, which I think is a bargain. So this is all like everything we've got in at the minute, but we have a lot more than this because we've got other shops. Scooters, little Z125, that's in for a fuel pump and a front disc. Oh, this is quite nice actually, TS 185. Ashley's just put the graphics on this yesterday. Look at that. The only thing this bike needs, like someone's done a really good job on this bike, the only thing for me that isn't quite right is the casings. At least spray them, we'll have them powder coated, I would have thought. Maybe I'll suggest that to him. And this one today, it's been a full service. And the rear caliper rebuild and an MOT. But that's about it. That's about what's going on at Motorcycle Repair. So I'll leave it there.